Hi, once again, everyone. It's Eric here with another quick update here at about 9:15, 9:20 this morning. It's messy out there. We've had rain falling into air near the ground that's around 30 to 31 degrees. And so the rain's freezing on contact. Everyone's got a glaze of ice on their windshields and on their cars this morning, and we have several road closures across the valley as a result of the freezing rain. The 32-degree line is still off to our south. I want to draw it for you. It's kind of right in through here. That's where the 32-degree line is. So down towards Salineville, heading over towards East Liverpool, Wellsville, Calcutta. Those are the first places that we'll see temperatures up to about 32, 33 here over the next couple of hours. But it's going to take longer to see those temperatures rising to freezing off to the north, and especially kind of in the northeastern corner of our TV viewing area, closer to I-79 in Mercer County. It may never get to 32 today. It might just hang at 31, 30, 31 for a lot of the day today. So that's a look at the current radar. I'm expecting more slick conditions this morning. I want to switch sources here and talk about the future a little bit in this video. Here's our latest full run of the high-resolution model that updates once an hour. An interesting thing this model's been trying to do since last night. It's trying to cool the column of air above our heads enough that this freezing rain may change to wet snow before the morning is through. Right now we have that warm air aloft, and I say warm, when I say that I mean above 32-degree temperatures aloft, but the model is trying to cool that air column enough so that from the ground up it may be right at 31, 32, even up towards the cloud bases, and that may change things over to some wet snow here before the morning is through. And then in places especially south of Youngstown, we can see a transition back over to rain as we get into the afternoon. The difference will be it'll be raining into air that's like 33, 34 degrees as opposed to 30 or 31. And again, the best chances of that switch over to rain probably south of Youngstown this afternoon. North of Youngstown, when this transition over to some wet snow occurs, as I suspect it will before the morning is through, it may just stay wet snow for the rest of the afternoon. So places such as Kinsman, Greenville, Sandy Lake, maybe even as far south as Sharon and Hermitage and Cortland and Newton Falls, maybe in places that far south, you know, it just stays snow for a chunk of the afternoon. Especially over in the I-79 corridor in Mercer County, you know, you might just switch to snow and just stay snow. And again, I can't rule that out in some places in Trumbull County as well. But whether you see a switch over to another mixed precip type or rain this afternoon or just stay snow, whatever you see this afternoon, everyone's going to see a period of snow this evening. We see that transition back over to snow this evening, and then the snow tapers off tonight between 1 a.m. and about 3 to 4 a.m. So when we're talking about snow accumulations here, let me bring up what this model is showing as far as accumulations go. You know, over in Mercer County, you know, we might get a half a foot of snow before all is said and done here, and perhaps even as far west as Route 11 in Trumbull County. 5-6 inches of snow, a possibility. I don't want to, you know, say that's our forecast just yet, but it's a possibility that we see that higher end of the range here if we switch to snow and then just stay snow in you know, again, Grove City, Sandy Lake, Greenville area, maybe over towards Kinsman, maybe as far south as Cortland, Yankee Lake, the Sharon area. Those places might switch to snow and stay snow, and it adds up to 4, 5, 6 inches. That's something we'll be keeping an eye on. Now, south of Youngstown, closer to 224, down into the Route 30 corridor, again, you have a better chance of seeing just a switch over to rain for a time this afternoon before that change back to snow this evening, and therefore your total snow amounts will be lower down here. But again, you know, you could see a couple of inches, a few inches of snow later on today and into tonight in places like Boardman and Poland and North Lima, Columbiana, Salem, down towards Lisbon, and even as far south as East Liverpool, a couple of inches of wet snow, a possibility later today and into tonight. So again, it's tricky out there this morning. Hunker down and just don't travel if you don't have to. I'm expecting slow improvement on the roads midday and afternoon, particularly from Youngstown south. Again, frozen precipitation might remain for a chunk of the afternoon today in areas to the north and northeast of Youngstown up into Trumbull and into Mercer County. So it's a fluid situation. It's a tricky situation. The weather will be changeable throughout the region today, so stay up to date with the latest information by following me on my social media channels, the Storm Tracker accounts, meteorologist Andrew DiPaolo on Facebook and on Twitter. He'll have you updated on the television side coming up on the midday newscast at noon. And of course, I'll have a full recap and forecast update on tonight's weather coming up this evening on 21 News at 6 and 11.